What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. In today's video, we are going to be doing the first, I wouldn't call it a major mod, but it's definitely a big mod, and it changes the drivability of the YXZ, so stay tuned. So here we go. Here is the heavy flywheel. Look at this sucker. I don't know how much it weighs, but maybe I'll go weigh it. Right now, I'll go weigh it. But I don't have a comparison yet because I haven't got the stock one out yet. But it's about half the size of this sucker. So I'll go ahead. I'm gonna go weigh this, see how much it weighs, and I'll report back to you. All right. So here we go. Let's see what this sucker weighs. So we are 9 pounds, 10 ounces. And then once I get the stock one off, we will weigh that one and see the difference. This is not a step-by-step how-to, but I will definitely bring you along the way to what I'm doing here. Now, as you can see, I already dropped the rear skid plate and the main middle skid plate down there. I've removed all the bolts, got access to it. And it's actually because I'm doing my 20-hour full fluid change for everything, doing oil change, all the diffs, both the diffs and the transmission oil change at the same time. So that's why I already have that off. I will put a link up here and down below in the description of those videos if you want to check them out. But let's get underneath and show you the factory flywheel on the 2019 YXZ1000R. Alright, so here we are. We're underneath the YXZ right now. Here's the drive line right here. Now, I've already took out the bolts that hold it in. There's 6 of these 6mm Allen screws. I'm never going to get it to focus. There we go. So there's 6 of those that you have 1, 2, so you all the way to 6 all the way around. And then what I did was I just used a screwdriver to hold this from turning when you actually start wrenching on it, so that, because it's just gonna, when you wrench on it, it's gonna want to turn it. So you just put a screwdriver in here to hold it so that it doesn't turn. So once you have those off, the drive line should come off pretty easily. So it drops down just like that, pulls out just like that. This is splined, so make sure the splines line up when you put it back in. I can't get it to focus, it's just too close. So now there is the stock flywheel. Let's get it to focus, brother. Come on. Okay, so there it is. So you can see kind of a comparison. When I pull it out, I'll do a side-by-side, but after you get those 6 bolts out and drop the drive line, now you just have to do these other 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So same thing. Those 6 just hold this onto this portion, and then those 6 just hold onto the drive line. So I'm going to go ahead, loosen these up, and then pull this off, and then we'll do the comparison. In order to turn the flywheel around so you can get all 6 bolts out of there, I just put a 3/4 inch socket on the end of here, and it has a cap with a 10mm Allen key right here that just pops off of there, and then you can use your socket to turn the engine so you can get all the way around the flywheel. We got it out, so here it is. Here's the comparison right here. It's a huge difference. Now I'm going to go ahead and go weigh it and then see what the difference in weight is. We have 5 pounds, 7.6 ounces for the factory 2019 flywheel. Alright, so that is a difference of... So there you go. There's the first comparison of weight and size. That is the difference of 4 pounds, 2.4 ounces for the heavy, and then the stock. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you a clip of me driving with the Stock Oem 2019 Flywheel. So here I'm just going to show you the before I put the flywheel on, just so you can get an idea of like when it dies and how slow or fast I have to go to keep it moving, and then I'll just let it die out. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you that right now. So here's flat ground, and I'm just gonna let off and see. So right now we're kind of crawling, but I'm turning now, putting strain on the engine. We're crawling on flat ground at about 4 miles an hour. To be honest, I'm surprised it's not dying. I'm just going to install the heavy one now. It's in reverse order, obviously, and yeah, so I'll just go ahead, install it, jump to when I'm finished, and then we'll be able to take it for a ride and see how it performs compared to the light, or well, the OEM flywheel.
A few moments later.
Okay, so this is going to be the very first time I even start it and try and move it with the new flywheel. So I haven't even, this is the test right here. Hopefully everything goes good, and we will see what's good, yo. Okay, so you may not be able to hear me, but I'm gonna put it in first gear, and then I'm gonna try and go up my driveway very slowly. It has a slight incline, so that will be our first indication, and let's see how this goes. Okay, right now I'm not even pushing on the gas. It's just going on its own. Maybe because it's cold, but yeah. Okay, so I gotta show you this. I literally I slowed down with the brake, trying to kill it, not pushing in the clutch, and I went to 0 miles an hour, and it didn't want to die. Like, you could tell that it was, you know, a little bit hesitant, but it didn't die. Normally it would just die on its face. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn around, and then let's see how this thing does in reverse, going up a slight incline also. So here we are. Now we are at Brown's Camp, and this is after installing the new heavy flywheel. So this is the first trip that I'm doing with the upgraded heavy flywheel. So here's a good comparison video of the after. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. But right now, I don't have my foot on the gas. I don't have my foot on the clutch or anything. We're just creeping along at 4 miles an hour. It doesn't want to die. It's basically just driving itself. It's not doing anything. We're just moving along, and now I'll apply a little bit of braking to it until it actually dies out, and we'll see how slow we can actually get. So you can hear the engine trying to die out a little bit. We're going 3 miles an hour, and I have the brake on. So I mean, we're going super slow. So I'll let back off again. And I will say the drivability of it, getting it onto the trailer that I had issues. It helped a little bit. It didn't solve the problem, but I think I have a good solution to getting it on the trailer. So I'll make a video about that probably. So now I'll go ahead and put some clips in doing a little bit of some hill climbing, and then I'll come back and report to you what I actually think of the after of the heavy flight.
Kind of hard to tell from the video, but there's a lot of rocks, and this is all uphill, and there's boulders in the way, and it makes it more difficult to actually slow down too much with the stock flywheel, or else you'll just kill it out, you know. So having the heavy flywheel, I definitely noticed a difference in doing, not, I wouldn't call it rock climbing, but definitely doing slower trails with rocks, so that you could actually slow down and it wouldn't die out. So I didn't get a chance to film an outro, but I would say, in conclusion, the heavy flywheel is probably the best mod that you can do to your machine for 150 bucks. There's different companies that make them, they're all pretty much the same, and I mean, for $150 you can't beat it. It definitely changes the drivability, it makes it easier on the trails. So if you're in the dunes, this probably wouldn't help you out too much, but I think definitely on the trails for slower driving, this definitely helps. So I definitely recommend it. And yeah, so I just want to say thanks for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and yeah, peace out.